Why are so many people leaving Canada? In 2024, over 100,000 immigrants left Canada, the biggest number yet since 1967. And you probably wondered, should I leave too? In this video, I'll dissect the real reasons why so many immigrants are giving up life in Canada. But more importantly, we'll dive into what most don't talk about, why the majority still choose to stay, and how they make it work. Whether you're still on the fence about moving here or you've made up your mind about leaving, stick around for the next few minutes because your future deserves this. Hi, if you're new to my channel, I'm Bella. I moved to Canada in 2019 from China, and I've lived through every single reason that's driving immigrants out. And many times I ask myself too, should I leave or should I stay? This video isn't about blaming Canada for its problems or convincing you to stay or leave. It's about empowering you to make the best move for your life with clarity and confidence instead of fear or wishful thinking. So grab your favorite drink and get comfortable because we're diving into the conversation I wish someone had with me when I first arrived. And hey, if you like honest, practical insights like these, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe buttons. It helps push this content to more people in your situation. Let's first address the elephant in the room. Why are so many immigrants leaving Canada in the past few years? As immigrants, we know how difficult it is to just get here. All the paperwork, the stress, the wait. So why are so many giving up already? Let's dive into the causes. A little bit of digging and you would find the top 3 reasons that are driving immigrants out are all economic. Housing costs, low salary, and concerns about the economy in general. Even with a solid salary, saving here can feel impossible. Taxes devour our income, groceries can cost a fortune. In major cities like Toronto or Vancouver, simply getting a 1-bedroom apartment can easily cost you over $2,500 a month. Not to mention if you're here as a family with young children. It can easily feel like you're working nonstop just to pay off your debt or loans with barely enough to feed your family. But is money the only problem, or is just the tip of the iceberg? Keep on watching. If you're an immigrant in Canada, chances are you're overqualified and underemployed. And we're not just talking about isolated cases. We're talking about 1 in every 5 immigrant with a university degree is now working a job that requires only a high school diploma. 1 in 5. So what does that mean for you? It means that everything you've worked so hard for, your skills, your experience, your degrees, are all of a sudden discredited. Your credentials not recognized. Your resumes filtered out before anyone even sees it. Got a name that doesn't sound Canadian enough? You're 40% less likely to be called back for a job interview. It's not just frustrating, it's dehumanizing. Instead of building a career that you know and love, you're stuck with survival jobs. And when you're juggling low pay, long hours, and this quiet, gnawing sense that you're overlooked, it wears you down. And if the job struggle isn't enough, wait till you need to find a doctor or a place to live. That's where most immigrants hit their breaking point. If you're new to Canada, you probably don't have a family doctor, and you won't for a while, because 6.5 million people in this country don't. So what happens when your kid gets sick? You need a surgery, or you're pregnant and needs regular care. You're left to your own to figure it out. You're stuck in a system that's already stretched so thin and barely keeping up. And trying to find a place to rent or buy, that's another uphill battle. For many immigrants, finding something that's safe, decent, and actually affordable seems almost impossible. With the rent and housing prices over the roof, how much do you have to make just to cover that, plus other basic living expenses? But there's more. A lot of immigrants leave Canada because of how Canada makes them feel. Cold, alone, and worn down. Let's talk about that. You come to Canada with your bags packed and your heart full, ready for a fresh start. But very quickly, reality hits hard. Everything seems to be a struggle here. Finding work, hunting for housing, trying to see a doctor, making friends, navigating the work culture, it all piles on. And then the winter comes. Long, dark, and brutally cold. The lack of sunlight and months of freezing temperature only make the isolation, anxiety, and burnout worse. For many, this becomes the last straw. But here's the part that doesn't make the headlines. Not everyone is packing up. In fact, most choose to stay. So, what are they doing differently? And how are they making it work when so many others simply walk away? Stick around because you're about to find out. By the way, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It will really support me and push my content to more people who need it. Not everyone leaves. Most immigrants face the same challenges but still choose to stay. Not because it's easy, but because they make different choices to build a life that works for them. And that's exactly why you need to hear this. These choices might help you decide if the life here is still worth it and to help you find your own way forward. Instead of fighting the system head on, they make small shifts, moving to smaller towns, sharing housing, cooking at home most of the time, or taking on side gigs like tutoring or Uber. These changes won't solve everything. They ease the pressure just enough for people to keep going and keep building. Think about this for a sec. What if you stopped chasing what's ideal and started building what's manageable and practical? Many stop aiming for the exact job title they had before. They explore other career opportunities, go back to school, take up bridge training, or simply build something from scratch. A small business or contract work. It's not about status anymore, it's about progress, and success doesn't have to look the same for everyone. What if your next opportunity doesn't look like your last one, but still takes you where you want to go? Would you take it? They stop waiting for the healthcare system to unclog and start figuring things out for themselves. They learn to use walk-ins, telehealth services, and community centers, and prepare for what's not covered. When it comes to housing, they move quickly, stay flexible, and ask around for real leads. So what if it's not about waiting to benefit from the system, but learning how to navigate it, work around it, and make it work for you, like so many others have already? Connections don't just happen, they build them. Some join language classes, local meetups. Others start small, a chat at the bus stop, a shared hobby, or a parent group. It might not look like the friendships they had back home at all. What matters is finding people that made you feel supported, seen, and a little less alone, even if it starts with just one person. What if the loneliness isn't because people don't care, but because you've been waiting for the kind of connection that nobody knows you need? For some, is their children's education. For others, is long-term safety or simply the right to live freely. These immigrants don't pretend Canada is perfect. They've just made peace with what's worth the trade-offs for them. So if you had to name one reason that makes it worth staying, what would that be? Of course, this isn't about painting the perfect picture. Not everyone ends up thriving. Some make it work because they act differently. Others leave because they don't see any other way. Which group are you in? If you want to find the right answer, don't skip this next part. If you want to dive deeper into these strategies, I've got you covered. I've made other videos in this series that break down healthcare access, the cost of living across province, and insider hacks on job hunting in Canada. You'll find the links in the description below. Before you decide to come, stay, or go, you need to step back and take a clear look at what life here is really like. And then ask yourself, do I have the emotional or practical tools to navigate this? Not perfectly, just for the first year or two. You might expect that with a full-time job, things will work out financially. But between high rent, taxes, groceries, and family expenses, many find them living paycheck to paycheck, or even worse, dipping into debt. What you need to ask yourself is, can my savings carry me through the first 12 to 24 months if things move slowly? Do I have a realistic financial buffer or backup plan to stay afloat during this transition? You might expect to continue where you left off, same title, same field, same salary, but the truth is, many skilled immigrants end up starting over. Your credentials may not be recognized, your lack of Canadian experience might block your progress. So ask yourself, am I mentally prepared to let go of the job title I used to have and start building from where I am now? Can I stay patient and focused, even if it means pivoting or learning something new? You might expect easy access to healthcare, and affordable housing because Canada is known for its social system. But in reality, you might face long wait times, no family doctor, and rental and housing market that's out of reach in major cities. So ask yourself, am I ready to actively learn how the system works and take steps to work around its gaps instead of waiting for it to work for me? Can I be resourceful and flexible in where I live and how I access medical care? You might expect to build a new life filled with friends, stability, and a better future. But the long winters, the polite but distant culture, and constant uphill battles can leave you drained and disconnected. So ask yourself, do I have a plan to take care of my mental health and stay grounded, especially when things feel lonely or overwhelming? Am I willing to put in the slow, steady work of building new relationships and routines, even if they don't look like what I had before? If any of these questions made you pause, good, that's the point. They're meant to prepare you in the most realistic way possible so that these challenges don't catch you off guard. So, is it worth it to live in Canada in 2025? Don't click away yet, because the next 30 seconds might just give you the clarity you've been searching for. So we've looked at why so many people are leaving, why others choose to stay, and what it really takes to make that choice for yourself. Should you stay and make it work, or leave and try somewhere else? Only you can answer that. Every country has problems. Every move involves sacrifice. But if you're clear on what matters the most to you and your family, whether that's stability, security, or opportunity, you'll make the right choice. Don't make your decision based on fear or pride or someone else's story, because at the end of the day, you're the one who has to live it. Are you at a crossroads deciding whether to leave or stay? I love to hear your story. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences can inspire someone else on their journey. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share with a friend who might just need a little encouragement. Together, we're building a community of support and inspiration. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.